Joggers in Briar Park often reported seeing a large black dog lurking near the tree line. It never barked, never approached, just watched with glowing amber eyes. Animal control never found it. One night, a man walking his own dog saw it again. His German Shepherd froze, growling low. Then, the black dog stood up on two legs, its body twisting unnaturally as it sprinted toward them on all fours, then twos, then fours again. The man ran, but his dog wasn't so lucky. The next day, he found its collar hanging from a branch, far too high for any normal animal to reach. The stone fountain in Rosewood Park is beautiful, a carved angel pouring water from a vase. Legend says, if you toss in a coin and whisper a wish, it comes true. But local knows better. A woman wished for her lost wedding ring to return. The next day she found it, still under her drowned husband's finger when they pulled him from the pond. A boy wished for his sick dog to get better. That night, it scratched at his door, alive, but wrong. Its first licked with something that wasn't water. Last week, a man wished to never be alone again. Now, no matter where he goes, the fountain's angel statue is there, watching, smiling, always one step closer. Every night at exactly 3:17 a.m., the old swing in Willow Park begins to move, slowly at first, then higher, as if an invisible child is pumping their legs with glee. Locals say it's the ghost of a girl who vanished decades ago, last seen playing there before dusk. One curious teenager decided to film it. As he zoomed in, he saw something the naked eye couldn't. A pale, grinning face looking back at him from the empty seat. The next morning, his camera was found in the grass, still recording. The last frame, a small, muddy hand reaching for the lens. Parents at Meadowbrook Park always warn their kids, if you see a man in a yellow raincoat standing by this light, run. No one knew why, just the children who spoke to him were never quite the same afterward. One afternoon, a little girl told her mom about the nice man who offered her candy. When asked where he went, she pointed to the sandbox. The mother's blood turned to ice. There were no footprints in the sand, except for her daughter's, leading to the box and stopping dead in the center. Kids at Crestview Park avoid the rusty seesaw near the fence. Even when no one's on the other side, it creaks and dips as if an unseen playmate is pushing off the ground. A group of teenagers dared one another to use it at midnight. The first boy sat down, and the seesaw immediately slammed upward, lifting him high into the air. His friends laughed until they realized his feet weren't touching the ground anymore. His grip slipped, and he floated upward, screaming into the black sky. The next morning, the seesaw was perfectly still, except for a single sneaker dangling from the seat. There's an old wooden bench at the edge of Holloway Park, half rot and covered in moss. People who sit on it always check their watches in confusion. Seconds stretch into minutes, minutes into hours. Some swear they only closed their eyes for a moment, only to find the sun had set and the park was empty. One man refused to believe the rumors. He sat down at noon, setting a timer on his phone. When it buzzed 5 minutes later, he stood up, but the trees were bare, the sky dark. His phone showed 5 minutes had passed, yet his beard had grown weeks long. And from the trees behind him, something whispered, "Stay a little longer." Children love crawling through the bright yellow tunnel in the playground of Maple Grove Park, except after dark. That's when the giggles inside don't match the number of kids playing. A babysitter once let her charge crawl through at dusk. When the little boy didn't come out the other end, she peered inside, only to see him far deeper than the tunnel should allow. His small frame shrinking as something pulled him into impossible darkness. She lunged in after him, and the tunnel spat her back out. Now, if you press your ear to the plastic wall at night, you can still hear him whisper. It's longer when you're alone. It's sundown in Riverside Park. Your shadow doesn't always move with you. Joggers report seeing their lag behind, then sprint to catch up, limbs stretching too far. One night, a teenager noticed a shadow waving at him from the base of a tree. When he didn't wave back, it stepped forward. Without him, he ran, but the shadow chased him, fingers grazing his ankles as it whispers, "You're it." They found his phone in the grass the next morning. The last photo showed his own shadow standing over him, hands around his neck. The third picnic table in Oakland Park looks normal, except for a deep blood red stain that never fades no matter how much it's scrubbed. Family ate lunch there, laughing as their toddler babbled to a nice lady under the table. When they got up to leave, their youngest stayed behind, still chatting. The parents turned back just in time to see the grimy hands drag him beneath the bench. Now if you sit there, you'll feel fingers brush through your ankles, and if you look, you'll see the lady's face pressed against the underside of the table, licking her lips. The antique carousel in Black Pine Park hasn't worked in decades, until last Halloween. When it began spinning at midnight, its rusted gears shrieking. Teens who dared to ride it swore the painted horse's eyes followed them, their frozen smiles stretching wider with each rotation. One boy filmed his friend climbing into a stallion. In the video, the friend laughs as the carousel starts moving, but the camera catches what he can't see. Skeletal hands rising from the platform, gripping his ankles. The next morning, the carousel was still covered in frost, except for one horse. Its mouth was smeared red, chewing slowly. What short horror story should I do next?